You have now entered the lab, episode 135, recording August 19th, 2024. Elvis, Escobar, Fort Sama, live in the lab on YouTube. No more on X, no more on Twitter, only on YouTube until we get a couple more sponsors to make sure that we could get that blue check mark. But anyway, episode always sponsored by Broward Vintage. Shop online, shop on eBay, DM trading. If you have some clothes or anything that you want to trade for money and it'll purchase to sell, go ahead. Men's, women's, kids' clothing. Yeah. Basically, I wanted to rock a lot of vintage. I was looking in my closet. I was like,
real South Florida today.
Yeah, that's what I was going with. So I was looking in my closet. I was like, what do I want to wear? I always usually do a vibe like what's going on in the world. But this time I was like, oh, I seen the Ricky Williams jersey. Fire, first of all. Seen the Ricky Williams jersey. I was like, oh, I like that. I'm probably not going to get too many opportunities this year to wear it.
You smoke one before this?
No, I
only right.
And then I was like, what will go with it? Florida Marlins. They've been dead all season. They're basically giving away season tickets to their fans.
They are. Did you see that? Yeah, I did.
That's crazy.
Whatever price, however many people, wherever you want to sit, don't matter. Just come on down. I mean, at this point, bro, it might work for them. Who the fuck knows? It doesn't even matter.
They have been hitting with the giveaways. They have some dope giveaways. Like
they had some good giveaways.
Yeah.
They had the windbreaker, the vintage. Like they know what appeals to their fans and everything, but they're just not doing it where they need to be.
Yeah, exactly. They got everything else covered, but on the field.
Right.
Hilarious. All right. Sama, welcome to another episode. Appreciate everybody for joining, for interacting with us. We're on YouTube, so feel free to give us a sub, follow us on Instagram, Twitter, whatever, and then engage with us as we go along. We just talked right before we got on this episode. We will be taking next Monday off. I'll physically be in New York, visiting my family for my yearly nephew birthday trip, and then Fort is leaving for LA the following day, so we're gonna take it off.
Going back to Cali.
I'm excited to hear that. So it'll be 2 weeks from now. We'll hear your experience with that vacation, and that'll be nice to hear. But next Monday we'll be off. Good little break for us right before football tunes up. When we come back, guarantee you we'll have a long list of guests because we have football starting up. We'll have hockey coming up. We'll have basketball coming up. We'll have the end of baseball season. So we'll definitely we took this summer off to almost personally, mental, physical to get ready in our own lives and take a little steam off the podcast flow. But I think right here, fall and winter, we'll put out some good episodes. So what's going on with your life? Anything new? What's going on, brother?
Not much new. I went thrifting yesterday.
I think it was, right? All my days are pushed together, so I don't know if I texted you yesterday or the day before. I have no idea.
Yeah, I think it was yesterday. Yeah,
I think it was.
Yeah, I think it was yesterday. Yeah, no, this weekend was kind of like just a very chill weekend because I had been working so much. I did a few overnights at Publix, worked a few doubles.
Overnights?
Just grinding. Yeah,
or
just grinding. Nights? Pretty much till like 3 a.m.
Oh, shit. They do shit like that?
Yeah, so they have like grocery. They have a grocery shift and people that come in and stock, at night and shit once customers leave and employees leave. Cool. And then also I'm somehow, somebody just got involved in the floor waxing team. So
you're about to be doing they're about to use and abuse you, bro.
Oh, they already have been, and it's fine by me because, I mean, I gotta get in where I fit in.
As long as that check clears.
So and it's always gonna clear from Publix. I'm not too worried about that. That I know I have a certain plan and years set up for that I want to do and I want to accomplish. So I got to make sure I'm still young, I got to bust that shit out. But yeah, Saturday I was off all day. Shorty and I were like, she called it a rot day.
Hell yeah.
She went to her class in the morning, and we had talked about like me going with her and like, cause the gym is right across the street. I woke up in the morning. She's like, "Do you still want to go to the gym?" I was like,
Ah,
nah, I'm good. She's like, "Yeah, you don't have to come with me if you don't want to. I'll just go to class." I was like, "All right, cool. I'm gonna stay and sleep."
yeah.
So I slept a little bit more, just chilled pretty much. Got some stuff done around the house, cleaned. Man, like that vacuum is my best friend. I could see why you always be vacuuming. It's
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it is, man. It's just it's mad peaceful. And the
It's
vacuum
it.
we got is super portable and it's like
That's
light
what I'm
and it's
saying.
not like it's fucking battery, so you don't gotta plug it in. It's just
Once you
move
see
that
the
shit around.
results and you know that your house is clean, then you're able to relax. There's nothing like it.
Yeah, we cleaned a little bit. Um, did some shopping, grocery stuff, came back, kicked it, just watched Game of Thrones for a
Nice.
little bit, and then started watching UFC. Fuck Israel Adesanya. We'll get into that.
Yes, we will.
And then Sunday just chilled. We were gonna go to the pool, but it got a little cloudy. It was a little bit of rain, so we didn't do that. And we decided just to go thrifting, and we found some pretty good things. She found some cookbooks. She wants to collect these cookbooks now. I found that Yankees mug I sent. I
Fire.
bought Apocalypto on DVD, and I
I haven't
bought The
watched that in
Dark
full.
Knight.
I
You
gotta
haven't
watch
watched,
that.
bro?
I know.
Yeah,
I know. Yeah.
great movie. So I got both of
Yep.
those on DVD, and
On
then we just came
DVD.
back on
Is it
DVD,
compatible?
baby.
What do you compatible? What is it compatible with that you have? Like any PlayStation or something? You're a little frozen. I don't know if it's on my end or yours. Up, I can hear you now. Wait, let's see. Is it my end or your end? It might be your end that I can't hear you. Uh, let's see if we can figure this out. Frozen on your end, so I'll just keep talking. Um, the fact that you have a DVD set or DVD that is compatible with anything is crazy. I'm gonna end him, maybe remove him from the studio. Let's see if that works. All right. Nope, he's not back. Technical difficulties. We'll figure that out. We're still live on YouTube. He'll come back to the stage any minute now. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, I'll fill some time now. Off the cuff, we got WWE Raw going down in Fort Lauderdale, Emirates Bank with a Florida Panthers play. I wish I would have gone there. I had a few opportunities. Just got hit up with one that I could have been in the live shot. That would have been cool. But recording this episode, recovering from the weekend was probably more of a priority. And then going to New York City on Tuesday or Wednesday was bigger for me. Now he's back. So I was just filling some time. Just talking about Raw, how it's in Fort Lauderdale and that I was going to go, but doing this podcast and also going to New York was, I didn't want to wake up absolutely crippled tomorrow and tired. So made sure that, but you're back. So you got a
Yeah,
DVD of those movies. What is compatible nowadays? Because every time a new system or new something is, nothing is compatible with what you used to have. So what do
yeah. I
you
still
have
got
now?
I still got my PS4, and
Got you.
I'm glad I kept it because so Shorty bought me a PS5,
Got you.
but I didn't want to get rid of my PS4. Like I didn't just want to sell it because one, I'm not gonna get enough for it. It's not worth me to sell it. What am I gonna sell it for? $80 to $100? What am I gonna do with that? Maybe like tank of gas twice or something. So I was looking for places to possibly like donate it to, like a Boys and Girls Club or like I don't know, something like that. But I haven't done it yet. And then I'm like, well, I could probably use it for a DVD player because the PS5 is digital, so it doesn't have one, which is fine because I don't need any games on discs. And then there's nothing
Yep.
else. I mean, I could have bought. They definitely have DVD players and Blu-ray players at the thrift store at Goodwill. They got them for like ten
Yeah, I was
bucks.
gonna say you could probably buy them
So
all together for under $25
yeah,
if
yeah,
you
hundred
wanted to.
percent. But I got the PS4. It plays Blu-ray too, and then I mean Apocalypto and The Dark Knight. You can't go wrong with those two movies. Like if you want to start not that
Yeah,
I'm gonna
that's on my
start
list.
a super crazy DVD collection, but just like top tier, great classic movies. Those
Yep.
those are two good ones to start with. So it was The Town was there too that I was debating on purchasing, and they had Rush Hour 1, Rush Hour 2. I was like, damn, they got some gems up
Damn.
in there. So yeah, I'll probably go back, maybe once a month and buy a DVD or something of a movie that stands out. Because
I
it's
think we
$2, bro. What am I gonna do with
yeah.
$2? Can't
And
even buy a fucking pack of candy with $2. I buy Altoids that are almost $4, and I
no,
can't.
exactly. When you put it in perspective
So
like that, what do you spend money on that is like comes and goes. And then when you have a physical copy, and I think we've talked about this on the podcast before for sure, is we've lost touch of physical objects, whether it's
yeah,
music, movies, playing cards that we used to have, like little things, that physical things that you could touch, feel, you could pack it away, you could see it again. I just when I went to New York last year, I found all my music albums, like Kanye West, the Kanye West albums, Young Jeezy albums, Jay-Z, and I'm like physically touching them. I'll never play them probably physically for a long time, or maybe one day I will, but having that physical copy is way different than on my phone on iTunes. You know
yeah,
what I mean? So if
a
you
little
have a passion,
nostalgic.
yeah, it's awesome to see the artwork, especially with Kanye West albums, because back in the day he used to put effort into his album.
Hmm.
The
Now he's
artistry.
letting his fucking wife walk around the street naked. I don't know
She
what happened. I don't know
I'm
what
pretty
happened
sure
to
she
my
wakes
goat.
up every day naked, sees the first bum she sees on the in LA or whatever, and takes his clothes, gives him $1,000, and puts it on. Because there's no way she owns those clothes or paid for them.
I don't know what it is. I don't know
Wow.
what they got going on, but it's mad weird.
What else? That's it. Little thrifting, little relaxation,
Yeah,
working
Game of
hard.
Thrones.
Love it.
Yeah, just trying to make a name for myself, dog.
I feel you. I feel you. I feel you. So my weekend, like I've been doing, I've been trying to take it easy during the week, because I use Saturday now as my one time before football starts, because I don't know what my football is gonna be like, whether I'm gonna be going out to a local bar, staying in, having red zone on. So Saturdays might usually have some fun. So it was Nicole Broward Vintage's wife, 30th birthday. We had fun. It was a Studio 54 vibe. So basically dressing your best 70s and 80s. My vibe for the night, not sure if you've seen the pictures, but my vibe was the Spanish guy in the club that you see in the corner that you could buy some illicit drugs from. That was kind of my vibe. Long hair, looking sketchy. Good time. Happy birthday, Nicole. And yeah, been recovering all day Saturday. Spent a little time sleeping in today, trying to be productive. I think Fort's frozen again. He's having Wi-Fi issues, so I'll just keep going off on tangents. Yeah, so that was basically my weekend, my not eventful, getting prepped for New York, which I'll be in New York on Wednesday, and then I'm trying to go to a Yankee game. I'm trying to go on Thursday. I think they play the Guardians in a big game for first place. Got a couple things going into the city, usually doing that for my nephew's birthday, so that'll be fun. And definitely looking forward to Fort coming back from LA the following week when we're off, hearing his experience going to LA and having that with his girl. So that'll be fun. As he's off, I'm gonna look up some topics real quick. He's back. I'm adding him. He's probably not gonna be loading. You good? Nope. Yep. I got you. Hold up. Good. You going in and out. Are you good? This is what happens when you're live, baby. Anyway, gonna operate this on, let's see, Broward Vintage. Ooh, he's got some polos. Broward Vintage got some polos for Fort. All right. What polos are they? Are they like athletic? Are they like are they things he can rock at his new job? Hopefully there's some spiffy polos or some sport polos. Miami Hurricanes, Dolphins. We will be talking about the fights any minute. I'm going to take you off, and then I'll wait for you to come back. Oh, nope. I'll wait for you to come back so you're not in and out. Oh yeah. Ooh, plain Ralph. Got some plain Ralph Lauren for the boy. Broward Vintage hooking it up. Let's see let me see some announcements that I had. Like I said, we're off next Monday with a pod. Oh, I think he's back. Nope, he's not back. We might as well we'll jump into UFC 305 when Fort comes back, because that's probably the best topic that we'll talk about as people join in, log in, enter the lab. I'm gonna refresh my thing right here. Let's see. Boom. Was live with Tony. Just reading some comments. Maybe you got to reset for it. Anyway, I'll just talk. So, he's back. New York Yankees. I'll talk a little baseball now. New York Yankees, we're getting, like we talked about last week, we're getting to the dog days of baseball, transitioning into football. The New York Yankees is all I got to focus on. Blowing it up. They continue to blow saves, blow wins. They're right now in a standings lock with the Guardians and the Orioles for the best team, not only in baseball, but the AL. It's going to come down to the wire right now. Baltimore's got 73 wins. Yankees got 73. Cleveland's got 72, which is wild. So close for the race for not only the division. We've seen in baseball that if you don't win the division, you're going into the wild card game and you could get eliminated by, you had to do the other transition move?
Yeah. Okay.
Smart.
Hold on.
Would you do it on your phone?
Yeah.
Yeah, figure that out. I was just talking Yankees, how we're locked in, and then now we got, August and September baseball is probably the best if you're a baseball fan. Then obviously getting into October. Once football comes along, baseball gets forgotten about. So it's good to have a blend of couple sports going on while we transition into before you know it, basketball is coming up. So that'll be another thing that we get to watch for. But UFC is hotter than ever. We had UFC 305 this weekend, this Saturday. I'm so glad we got the opportunity to have UFC while we had the birthday party celebrating, because not only did we get the good vibe at night, dressing up, having fun, Studio 55, Studio 54, Joe, everybody dressed up, having fun. But then at night, as the party escalated, we got to sit down and watch some UFC fights. So it was fun. Did you get to watch it live? Did you sit down? I know you've been resting and working. Did you get to either watch it live or kind of see some recaps? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You're good.
Okay.
Yeah, you're clear.
Cool.
You're good. Just talk normal. Yeah.
Cool.
Did you get to watch it live? What was your vibe for UFC 305?
Yeah, no, I definitely watched it live. I saw it at the crib, caught pretty much most of the main card, and it was a good card. I ain't gonna lie, it was a fun card. I loved the Dan Hooker Gamrot fight. That was a banger. Usually, what Dan Hooker brings us bangers, and
Got you.
It's some good fight news. Hopefully, coming out of his camp against Charles Oliveira in the next few weeks.
Yeah, we one thing I did want to tell you, I sat next to somebody I met for the first time at the party. His boss, I didn't get into details, or maybe I forget the details, but his boss was the Herbert Burns. So he sat down next to me and we were watching the fight. He was like, "Oh, that's my boss." I was like, "Oh shit, Herbert Burns." Funny enough, his brother trains at IHP, and I got to know obviously Rio, his dad, and had him on the pod. So we started talking about that. I was rooting for him, all in. he did get bodied. I don't know if you've seen that fight. Did you get to watch that? I don't know. Yeah, was it on the main card or? Yeah,
no,
Jack
that was
Jenkins. He was throwing some blows heavy the whole fight.
100%. I mean, yeah, he was minus 800 to win. So
yeah, it's funny because I do small wagers. I usually do $5, $10. I was like, all right, I'll take a flyer on $2, $2 to win like 20 or something like that, 15. I was like, all right, I'll do it. And I just met him, so I was like, I'll watch it. I'll be involved, and I was rooting for him. And he was getting bodied, he was getting punched very heavy the entire fight, and then eventually got knocked out. But yeah, the entire card was entertaining. You could go fight by fight.
Yeah, the first fight of the main card, Li Jingliang, the Leech, Carlos Prates, man, that dude Carlos Prates is different. He's got some power in that division. It was definitely crazy to see someone knock out the Leech because that doesn't happen too much. I think that's probably the first time he gets knocked out. And then Tai Tuivasa, Jairzinho Rozenstruik. This fight had a lot of controversy because it went to decision. And if you have any kind of casual MMA fan, you could see that fight went very one-sided towards Jairzinho, if not 30-27 for him, 29-28. One judge decided to judge it 30-27 to Tai Tuivasa. Granted, he is from Australia. They were in Perth, Australia, and that judge was supposed to be on the main event, and he got taken off that real quick because the UFC was not playing with that. They took him off right away. Because, I mean, think about it. You watch a fight and you see that obviously one fighter is winning, even though you're not rooting for him or whatnot. But then you see the scorecards and one fighter has it every single round. Like, at least try and be slick with it. Don't do every single round. Maybe 2-1 Tuivasa if you're trying to sway shit in one decision. But that also had a lot of money stuff because someone could have had Rozenstruik by unanimous. And now it's not unanimous anymore; it's split. So whoever that judge was, he's probably definitely getting investigated by the UFC and by whatever Australia does, whatever their association is, because it was not 30-27 Tai Tuivasa. Dan Hooker, Gamrot, I kind of already talked about this. Dan Hooker is the man, bro. I don't care what anyone says. This dude is a warrior. He goes out there, fights. He wants to put on a fucking show for the fans and for everyone. And his fucking tattoos are sick too. His transformation is fucking crazy. How he went from having no tats to being fucking sleeved up on both arms, on his legs, and he's got a chest piece and a back piece. And he was the underdog. He was plus 260. Goes in there and beats Gamrot. He didn't look, he was a little wobbly, but he kept going and he fought. I mean, he fucking won. And then Kai Kara France. Again, probably another underdog. Steve Erceg just fought for the belt a few months ago, and he put on a show too. A lot of people could say that Erceg might have got a championship belt that night. And Kai Kara France, he hadn't fought. A lot of stuff going on with Manel Kopp that that fight couldn't happen and whatnot, but he goes out there and just knocks Erceg out first round, like KKF fashion, because he loves to do that. He got a performance of the night bonus for that. I love Kai Kara France, man. This dude's 5'4", 125 pounds, but he'll fuck anyone up. And he just wants to put a show. And then, of course, main event, Adesanya, Dricus Du Plessis. Man, I don't even know what to say about this dude anymore.
How big? All pause. How big is he? Man, just standing with Israel, and Israel's been fighting guys that are just bigger than him the last few fights. Man, that dude is Du Plessis. Did he get bigger from the last time he fought?
I don't know.
Was it my eyes? Because
probably.
He looked yoked.
He is yoked anyways.
Yeah.
He is a pretty swole dude. But I mean, I put 100 on Izzy, bro, and I'm sick because I thought Izzy was gonna go in there. He hasn't fought in over a year. And I thought he
has it been that long?
Yeah, it's been like since he lost to Strickland in Australia. He hasn't
Wow,
fought
that
since
was a
then.
year. Wow,
Yeah, that
didn't even
was like
realize that.
June or July of last year.
That's crazy.
So it was good to see him back in the octagon. I thought Izzy was winning. You know, it was in the fourth round. I thought he was up 3-0, 2-1, if that. He was piecing him up. He was really going to the body a lot. The main thing that DDP had was the takedowns, but he wasn't really doing much with the takedowns. He had like one or two sub attempts, but definitely on the feet, Izzy had the edge. And I mean, he makes one mistake. He slipped up and then got caught twice and then falls again. And credit to DDP, man. As soon as he did that, he jumped on his back and saw the opportunity
Yep.
and got the rear naked choke. And I mean, this dude's on a crazy run. He beat Robert Whitaker, he beat Sean Strickland, and now he beat Israel Adesanya. Like those are three former champs, dog. Like those
Yeah.
ain't no slouches. Like this dude is on a crazy run right now. So we'll
Did
see
he
what
look?
fight
Did Duplessis look tired to you? Because the people
he
I was
did.
watching with,
He
he
did.
looked tired. He was throwing some haymakers,
He
trying
definitely
to use his
did look
power. And I
tired.
was like, the fact that he was able to recover like that and take advantage was huge.
Yeah, he definitely looked tired. Izzy had him gassed. I mean, he was doing a lot of wrestling. He was on the ground a lot, which is what he does. But I thought Izzy paced himself pretty well. Izzy looked good. He looked sharp on the feet, but he wasn't landing as hard as he normally does. And he was quick, like he was getting out of the way of stuff, and he looked good. But he just, man, that's all it really takes in MMA, bro. All it takes is one slip up, and you're gonna get caught. You're gonna fuck up, and you can lose the fight. And that's what happened. So shit, I don't know what's going on with that division. I mean, I don't know who did Preseason fight. He's gonna fight Sean Strickland again, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, that division, and I just look at Israel, like obviously suffering the couple defeats to guys that are bigger than him, and even if, and I think I'm not wrong in this, but maybe stat wise, I seen that Israel was giving him the work, like as far as strikes and powerful strikes. It just, does he have the power to take these guys out, the guys that he's going up against? You know what I mean? Does he have the power to actually knock these guys out? And obviously, a couple of years ago or a year and a half ago, the Pereira fight, he knocked him out. But you get to see the difference in weight and stature, where Israel has his time passed. And as combat fighters, whether it's boxing, UFC, whatever, it's like you have a moment of a couple of years, and boom, next thing you know, all of a sudden you're not relevant like that anymore. We've seen it with a lot of fighters recently. You think his window is gone?
I don't want to say his window is gone just because of his fighting style. I mean, he landed 50% of his strikes. That's really good.
Yeah.
He was he had 5 and 9. He defended more takedowns than he got taken down. I just think he's going up against these different kind of fighters. Like Sean Strickland is just different. Like you can't really game plan for a guy like Sean Strickland. He's so unorthodox with like his Philly roll and the shit that he does. And then now you got this dude Dreykus who's just so unconventional and doesn't do things like normal fighters would. So you can't really have a sparring partner that's going to be like him, or you can't really game plan. There's so many different things that he'll show, and it's different. So I mean, he hasn't seen that before. It doesn't really matter how much film you watch. You can't recreate it. And once you go in there, I mean, you really have only your game to work on and lean on. And I think he fought well. I think he kept up with him. It sucks because I don't think he's going to get an immediate rematch because Sean Strickland is going to be trying to get one, and Robert Whitaker is probably going to be trying to get one
easily.
So I mean, shit, I don't even know what that division is like.
If you could look that up real quick, because obviously you would think Strickland gets that rematch.
Yeah, so,
obviously Strickland sells pay-per-views. He's controversial, so that's an easy card just to put up. What we're in August now, So you would think end of the year, very beginning of next year, that could happen immediately.
I mean, you got DDP at the champ, Strickland, Izzy, Robert Whitaker, Nasruddin Imamov, the French dude, Jared Cannonier, he's 40 plus. Marvin Vittori, Izzy's already beat him twice. Brendan Allen is the up and comer. Like Brendan Allen is good. Like he's gonna fight for a title hopefully one day. Then you got Paulo Costa, Jack Hermanson is definitely gonna fight for a title one day. And then I mean Roman Dolidze is good. And then you got Hamzat Chimaev if he would fucking figure out if he's going to fight or not and get healthy. That dude can definitely get a title shot and fight Duplessis, but he's stuck at 11th because he doesn't fight, you know? So I'd say like,
Yeah.
I mean, you can't give Brendan Allen a title shot right away, and you definitely can't give Hamzat a title shot, but I mean, I guess it's going to be Imavov next, unless he's fighting Izzy. You make that fight and you make Strickland and Duplessis again, and then you make Izzy and Nasruddin Imavov fight because Izzy's already fought Robert twice. You're not going to have Izzy and Robert 3 times. I mean, shit, maybe you can. And that'll be a crazy trilogy fight to, you know, kind of circle these two dudes' careers, you know, but that'll be the only thing you can do for it, in my opinion. And then you got Alex Bejeda, who says he's going to move back down to 185. This dude's nuts. So I don't know what they're going to do. I mean, I can't really – the only other – because Cannonier already had a title shot. He lost to Izzy. Vittori had a title shot, lost to Izzy. Paulo Costa lost to Izzy. Izzy's ran through that division, but there's, you know, a few new guys in there. The champ now, Duplessis. So the only person I can really see taking the belt from Duplessis would be probably Hamzat Chimaev. And I don't know. They can't make that happen. They can't make that happen maybe in a year if DDP still holds the belt. But
yeah,
I don't know. That's a weird division because Izzy's ran through everyone, and now he's kind of like getting back into
limbo.
it.
Yeah.
So
you almost got to take advantage of these guys that are because all of them are, I hate to use the words of Stephen A. Smith, box office, where these guys could sell out pay-per-views. Everybody's going to be interested, and you got to take advantage of at their height of their career, whether they're in their high 20s, low 30s. You don't know if they're going to be wanting to go into other things, whether it's other promotions or boxing or kickboxing, whatever. You now that UFC's with WWE, now they can have a personality in WWE, which some of these guys do have enough personality where they could transition easily to WWE. Not saying they're going to be at the height of their career, but they could at least make some money and entertain. You could have a constant round robin between these guys a couple times going out. So the only thing I could see is Izzy maybe drops down a little bit, starts fighting a couple guys that he could handle, maybe 2 or 3 fights, and then gets back into it. I'm not an expert on it. I'm just
no. I think Izzy doesn't deserve another title shot right away. I think he needs to fight. I think they're going to do Izzy and Imamov because they're not going to do Izzy and Jared Cannonier or Brandon Vittori. And I don't think Izzy's going to go as low as fighting someone number 7. He's not fighting Paulo Costa again, and he's not going to fight Jack Hermanson. So I think the next fight for Izzy would probably be Nasruddin Imamov if he doesn't get a title shot. But I think you give Sean Strickland a title shot now against Duplessis again. Make that happen.
Okay.
Because he's not going to fight Whitaker. So I would say probably Izzy against Imamov, that Frenchman, and then go from there.
All right. And so obviously the next pay-per-view, the next big thing is I talked about this last week, having my birthday party September 14th. That's the Mexican night, and Dana White came out on Pat McAfee last week was saying that the Sphere pay-per-view will be, he says, one of the biggest nights for combat sports, for UFC, for Mexican heritage, because the way they're going to do it production-wise, they're going to show the history of Mexican fighting on the screen not while fights are going on, but in between. So when you're live in the crowd, you'll be able to see, hopefully they do, and I know they will, they'll do a good job production-wise and be able to show some of that going on Dana White said it's probably going to be one of the biggest nights in UFC from a production standpoint, which I'm looking forward to, having people over, experiencing that with people. That'd be great to see. And then there's another thing that after that, it got announced the UFC card for 307. Pereira, main event, Roundtree Jr. You got Raquel Pennington, my girl, Juliana Pena's back. That match or that event is going on October 5th, Saturday, which is the same night that you don't know about is a WWE Bad Blood, another pay-per-view. And I talked to somebody a couple days ago, Ashley Mann, that does the WWE podcast. It's crazy that under the same umbrella that UFC and WWE are going to go on the same night. I never thought they would do events, especially a pay-per-view 305, like a pay-per-view, and also a main PLE pay-per-view for WWE. It's crazy that they're doing it the same time, same night, same everything. I guarantee you they'll probably bleed it off where WWE pay-per-view starts at 7:38. They'll probably go off at 10:30, and then boom, that immediately bleeds into the UFC main card or something like that. Right. I think they should bleed it into it. Not saying that every UFC fan is a WWE fan or vice versa, but it just crazy that your umbrella of two companies are happening on the same night, which could be huge. It could probably do the best numbers it's ever done because it's like, all right, we're going to sit down. We're going to watch some WWE I'm a fan, so I'm going to watch both. But it's crazy that they're double dipping into a night. I think they want to maybe experience to see as an umbrella, like what's that going to produce.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. I don't think it's bad. I mean,
yeah,
I get what you're saying, but bleeding into it would probably be the best. And you might have some people, that were tuning into WWE that will stay on watching UFC. Just
and most people nowadays got multiple TVs.
Exactly.
Right. So that's a thing.
Yeah. But I'm looking at this card now, and if everything stays as is, no one gets hurt, no one pulls out, no one, hurts their pussy or anything like that. It's a stacked card. You got Kayla Harrison, Ketlin Vieira, to start it off. That's a top 3 matchup. Aljamain Sterling's on there, Kevin Holland's on there, Jose Aldo's on there, Stephen Wonderboy Thompson's on there. You got 2 championship fights. I'm not really a big fan of this main event, Alex Pereira and Khalil Roundtree Jr., just for the fact that I love Alex Pereira. He's probably the most active. Him and Kevin Holland both being on this card. They're the 2 most active dudes. They're the 2 most active dudes in the UFC. But I don't know how you give. I'm a big fan of Khalil Roundtree Jr. Don't get me wrong. He's fucking nasty. This dude is just lights out. He lands one and he's gonna put you out, bro. You're going to sleep. But his last fight, he pulled out and he tested positive for PEDs, so he couldn't fight. And now you give him a title shot. So that doesn't really make too much sense. But there's really not much else happening in that division.
Yeah.
Pereira just beat Jamal Hill. You can't have Jamal Hill fight him again. You can't have him fight for. It's just.
I'm looking at his fight history. Pereira, since 2023, he fought August 2023. He's fought 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This would be 6 fights in one exact year or a year and a half. That's active.
Yeah,
he's won all of them.
And he's fought.
He's
fought. Yeah, he's fought Izzy twice since he got into the UFC. He's fought Sean Strickland. He's fought Izzy twice. Then he fights fucking Jan Blachowicz. Then he fights Prohaska twice.
And he's 37 years old, bro.
Yeah,
he don't fight like a 37-year-old.
And these fights aren't going to decision. He's knocking all these guys out. His
last was against 3 RTKOs.
Yeah. He knocked out Strickland quick, and then he knocked out Izzy. Then Izzy knocked him out, but then split decision against Blachowicz. Knocked out Prohaska, knocked out Jamal Hill, and then knocked out Prohaska again. Those are top 3 contenders in that division. Top 2. So yeah, he's super active. He's just trying to get paid. That guy just lives in fucking UFC gear. I don't think he has any other clothes besides whatever the UFC has given him, because that's all I've
Yeah,
ever seen him in,
for real.
besides jeans and a white tee. I think he uses the UFC belt as an actual belt.
That's
This
funny.
guy, he's hilarious. So I mean, more power to him. I think he's going to win again, because Roundtree's not ready. But I mean, I could be wrong. But again, you don't give someone a title shot right after they pop positive for PEDs and pulled out of a fight. That's just not something that I deem right. And Jamal Hill, for once, actually had a point.
Yeah, we'll see how that shapes out. Obviously, we still got Connor trying to get a fight at the end of the year.
That dude's
We
never
got
fighting again.
yeah, we
That
got
dude's never fighting.
we got John Jones, trying to get back. Obviously, he's got whatever John Jones got on his personal life that he's trying to get right. And pound for pound, the
Sean
best
O'Malley
fighter,
coming up soon.
Sean O'Malley in that he's main
Yeah,
eventing that
yeah, Noche
Mexican
UFC.
card.
Yeah,
And is he he's married or has a baby with a Mexican?
I don't know if she's
Or
Mexican. I'm pretty sure she's Spanish, but I don't know
yeah,
what she
and
is.
I know he has like that. Yeah, I think he lives in Arizona. I
Mm-hmm.
could be just assuming Arizona Mexican vibe, but I know he's married to an Hispanic woman. I'll say that. So it's just funny that he's main eventing that card. Yeah, that's gonna be fun to watch and celebrate, and that's gonna be.
He's
I
plus
can't
money.
wait.
He's plus money as of right now.
Is he?
So, yep, he's plus 114.
So that's something you might want to take very early. There's some bets that you take months in advance, and you take that easy money. Yeah, 18-1 going against 17-4. Wow, the height difference. O'Malley 5'11", dude is 5'6", same
Yeah,
weight. Yeah,
Marab's a dog though. Marab's a dog. Don't,
we'll see. Somebody like O'Malley, he's great for the sport, and I'll be interested to see how he takes his first. Not rooting for it at all. I'm not a hater in that regard, but it's always interesting to see a guy get mollywopped for a fight, because that's always, whether you're in boxing or UFC, it's all how you respond to your first hard TKO or hard body. He has yet to get that
yeah, he hasn't really been tested in
tested
that
that way,
aspect
right?
yet. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. That's UFC. Let's see what we got here. So we got NFL heating up a little bit. What are we? We got one preseason game left this weekend, and then they go off to the end of August. Is an off weekend. Then the NFL starts September 5th. Everybody's mostly first game is September 8th on Sunday. As a Miami Heat fan, I know I'm rocking Miami Heat gear. Not a fan, obviously, if you're new to the program. But what are you seeing? There's a little controversy with Tua today with the former coach. Did you see that video?
I saw that video.
Are
But I
you
mean,
are
this
you are you able to play anything? Just so I know moving forward, are you able to play? I know you're streaming on a different way right now.
no, I don't
Okay.
think so. Not that I
No, that's
know of.
fine. Yeah, Brian Flores, the former head coach of the Miami Dolphins, it came out on Dan Levitard's either interview or something like that, where he basically said that Brian Flores was he's a defensive coach. He came out openly. I respect Tua for being open and honest and almost defending on why he became a better player. Was his former head coach didn't instill the confidence and what he wanted to hear coming out of college, being a rookie, and obviously McDaniels did, and that was the difference in his play. And hearing something positive is a big thing as a quarterback. You want to hear positive affirmation and constant, like, hey, you're the player that we are going to get behind. Obviously, getting TYREEK Hill as your number one helps, and then putting your whole offense against. But that's big for you guys as Miami Dolphins, because you guys got that. I'll continue to say you got that small window where you guys got to win now. every year that goes by is one less year that you could win now.
Yeah, they're definitely in a win now mode, and it is a small window. What I took away most from, and I love that he was on Dan Le Batard and they actually had him in the studio in there with them. He said that it doesn't matter which way you have it. If you have someone that's telling you really, really good things, but then you have someone that's telling you really, really bad things, like it doesn't matter which one it is. That stuff is eventually you're going to start believing that, and you're going to start feeding off that, and that's what you're going to go with through day in and day out. Especially if it's not just a quarterback; it's other players as well.
Yeah.
I mean, as a head coach, that's not something that I don't know. It's just Tua saying this. Brian Flores isn't there, and there's three sides to every story. So we don't really know as fans what was happening in there. But based on everything
and
that's been
Tua
happening,
gets that benefit of the doubt because he doesn't talk in metaphors, doesn't talk. He seems to be very introspective, very about. He's black and white about what he talks about. He's not trying to fluff any situation. So you kind of do take his side.
And you could see it. I mean, you could see it from him, not just as a player, but as a person. His confidence has really skyrocketed since McDaniels has been there. And if even me as someone, like if someone's telling me all positive things, all good things all the time, I'm obviously going to feed off that energy and be a lot better about anything that I'm doing. Now, on the other hand, if I have someone telling me like, oh, you're not doing this right, you're not really good at this isn't what you should be doing, you need to find other things, you're not the right person for this job, we have a bunch of other people that can do this job better, obviously you're going to feel some type of way, and you're going to start believing that, and it's not going to be what you want to do for a while. Now you see the difference. You look at Tua's first few years in the league versus his last 2-3 years under McDaniels, and it's completely night and day.
And for those that don't know, obviously we both know, and watching Tua in college, obviously a dog. He's the one that replaced Jalen Hurts in the championship game. Suffered a couple injuries. The hip injury was huge. Something that obviously it's not. Sometimes you don't come back from, especially going from that injury to the NFL. But man, as far as what you want from a quarterback, and I'm speaking as a New York Giant fan, I'd trade a lot of my team to get a Tua for the maximum money that I could get, just from his leadership, his positivity, the way he goes about his business every single day, his toughness. We were together when we watched Tua go down on what was that, against the Bengals on Thursday Night Football. We were scared. That was a wild night. Personally, we don't have to talk about that on record, but that was a pretty wild night with the boys. Man, it's scary for him, and he's battled back from not only injuries but doubt, and getting number, I think, 6 overall pick. Even though he's favored to be a top tier quarterback, still have doubts and still come into the league, and that's why I'm a firm believer it's not. Yes, who you are as a quarterback or as a player, it's also who you get drafted by, who you get drafted by leadership-wise, and your situation matters a lot. And people tend to forget that, where Tua was not set up early in his career to succeed. Not. Obviously, the Miami Dolphins management and they've changed some situations drastically for the better, where it's like, all right, they put him in a situation to succeed, and good on their part. But it could have been easily set up for Tua to fail. And now what? He just got a bag, and he's paid, he's good. And that's somebody that, man, I wish I had him as my starting quarterback every single week. I would love that. But I got Daniel Jones, which, to take it on the other side, Daniel Jones starts his first game since tearing his, MCL, ACL, whatever it was. First throw of the game to NABERS. Let me first do the positive. Malik NABERS is a fucking dog as a wide receiver. Everybody I'm talking to right now, I'm like, you're in the same lineage as Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson. you're built the same as Jamar Chase. If Jamar Chase, I understand he had Joe Burrow that he was getting throws to from day one. But man, when you're a wide receiver in this league and you are who we all thought you should be, you probably are going to perform with whatever quarterback is thrown to you. That's one position that you could go out there and make your own. If you have a better quarterback or a great quarterback, that only just puts you in a top tier. But Malik NABERS is going to get his own this year, no matter who our quarterback is as a Giant. I always say Odell Beckham played 12 games in his rookie year, got 1,400 yards receiving, and he had Eli Manning at the end of his career. That's all you need to know. Like, Eli Manning at the end of his career, that team at the end was not great offensive line-wise, production-wise, and Odell, through his pure talent and ability to catch the ball and then run and the one-handed grab, you've seen it all of rookie year. Doesn't matter who your quarterback is, but we do need to, as a Giants organization, need to figure out that quarterback situation very fast, because you don't want to lose those years with neighbors too early. You know, you don't want to get to year 3 or 4 where all of a sudden we're still looking for a quarterback. So, man, this year, Giant fans, if y'all are with me, I know I'm rocking Florida gear right now, but we need to figure it out this year. If Daniel Jones isn't our guy, let's get a new quarterback after this year and help this guy become what he should become. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Daniel Jones is that dude for you. I actually played against Daniel Jones in high school, and just going out on the field with him, he didn't put any fear in my heart. I wasn't worried about that guy at all. Did you not see that? Did you not see that tweet?
No, by who? No, by who?
It's this dude on Twitter, bro. He's posted so many tweets about playing against Daniel Jones in high school. And every single comment is like, but where are you at? But where'd you make it to? But are you a quarterback in the league? What's your bank account? Like,
I'm glad.
And then
they
search
some context.
They search his at with Daniel Jones, and he's got so many different tweets about playing against Daniel Jones in high school.
Oh my God. You know, it's funny. I looked up the Daniel Jones year. So the Daniel Jones year, we got obviously we picked him, I think, 5th or 6th overall. In that same draft, we got the pick from Odell Beckham that got us Dexter Lawrence, which is an all-pro player, back-to-back Pro Bowler at number 17 out of Clemson. And then we also drafted I think we drafted McKinney that year. They got signed. So we had a couple good draft years within the early Daniel Jones. Obviously, Julian Love that since went to Seattle. We drafted pretty well in those couple years. It's just all about quarterback play in the NFL nowadays, bro. It's all about quarterback play. Yes, you could have a great defense. We're seeing it with Chicago Bears. Chicago Bears right now are the cream of the crop. They're top tier preseason. Obviously, we'll see when it has to do with the regular season, but that division with Lions, Bears, Packers, Minnesota, it's pretty open. They could easily take over as that top echelon team. Offensively, they're good. Defense, they're great. So we're going to see a Caleb Williams and it's all about quarterback play. Do I want the Giants to play bad enough to get a top 3 pick? No, because I think we got to play as well as we can to probably get a free agent or something. But if that's in the cards to suck, and I'll go through it one more year if we could guarantee a franchise quarterback, that's what we're gonna have to suffer through. But it's gonna be interesting to watch.
It definitely is. I wish you guys the best.
Thanks, man. Flag football is in the next Olympics. I don't know if we mentioned this next time last week. Flag football. There's been a player. Obviously, you can't share the screen or videos and stuff, so I'll just ad lib. there's debate now whether flag football should be represented solely as flag football players, which I think
Is
so.
there debate, or is it just the one flag football quarterback speaking up about it?
Okay, twofold. I think there's that one guy that's talking about it, but also in the Olympics, you need to qualify. You can't just show up. Like if you're, for example, if you're Jalen Hurts and want to be the quarterback for the flag football team in the Olympics, you can't just show up day one and be like, all right, I'm the quarterback for this team. You need to
Why not?
qualify because there's qualifications, just like the big three. Ooh, hey, look at that. Just like the big three or the 3-on-3 tournament. That's why we didn't have our NBA players involved in that tournament or in the Olympics, because you need to qualify. You need to earn enough points. They don't want other people just to show up and just play in these leagues, which I get a little bit about for sure. But I think you need to play flag football. So let the first year of flag football be what it is. Let the guys that brought up the game that are good in that sport, play the game. Don't. I understand the back and forth of not trying to get NFL players involved, because a lot of people today were like, get TYREEK Hill to play wide receiver and we'll fucking win every single time. And I get that. But also, it's flag football. Let the guys that brought up the game, and in the US of A, we should win flag football. No? Undisputedly.
We should win flag football, definitely. But also, those guys are probably playing in this flag football division or league or association or whatever for a reason. You want your best of the best out there, and I don't think those are going to be the best of the best. If you had, Patrick Mahomes going out there and competing against whoever this flag football quarterback is, he's going to take his job. Patrick Mahomes is going to take his job. So I mean, you want the best of the best out there, and I do think, for viewership purposes, more people are going to watch in the 2028 Olympics flag football if there's NFL names and NFL players out there versus I don't even know who this guy is. So
yeah, but you got to side with these flag football guys where maybe they weren't good enough to get into regular football, so they're trying to make another either legacy or earn for their own family and stuff like that. You got to give them the benefit of the doubt, where it's like, if it was me or you, and all of a sudden, how about this? Take a real situation. Travis, wide receiver, all of a sudden he's training flag football. He's been training for years, playing leagues, elevating himself, doing the best he can for years, putting all of his energy, all of his effort, time. And then all of a sudden he qualifies, and then an NFL player just steps in, takes his spot. Wouldn't you be like, damn, Travis fucking deserves that spot 100%. Not only is he better, no. Does he deserve it? Yes. So that's like a situation I'm thinking of, like if somebody we know that puts in so much time and effort. I know.
Trav gonna have to understand, dog.
I'm trying to paint a good picture of it.
It's Trav or Justin Jefferson, dog. I'm gonna watch Justin Jefferson. I ain't gonna watch.
I know, but how dope would it be to see your boy?
Yeah, to see your boy
in
on
LA.
the Olympics. That would be dope. I would be there for him if that was the case. But Trav ain't Justin Jefferson. Right. I'm just saying. I get your point.
I just want to give up an example. I'll send this clip to Travis and see what he says.
I'll send it to him myself.
Support you, Travis. Whole lot of smoke shit coming soon. Fantasy,
whole lot of smoke shit
for the draft in a couple of weeks.
Thin ice, baby. Thin ice.
And then Noah Lyles talked some shit about Travis.
Man, this guy's always on some bullshit, bro. I'm sick of this guy and his painted nails and his. I'm just sick of this dude. This dude is on my timeline for no reason. He knows Tyreek Hill's name. He knows. Why is he out here being like that cheetah guy from football?
The cheetah, yeah. Come on.
Shut up, bro. Shut up, bro. And Tyreek
we should be saying, who are you?
Tyreek Hill also needs to shut up, bro. You talked about doing 100 meters, and now you're saying sign the contract for 50 yards. Hey, look, more power to Tyreek Hill. He's looking at Noah Lyles' numbers because he knows Noah Lyles doesn't start off fast. He's looking at them spreads and seeing that Noah Lyles picks up in the last 50 meters, 50 yards. So I get it, but man, why can't these dudes just stick to their corresponding sports and shit? Like, bro, Tyreek, you don't need to be racing anybody right now. You got the season in a month.
Yeah.
2 weeks. So relax. You don't need to be doing nothing, but chilling on the couch. Like, pull out at least. That's what you should be worrying about. You about to have a 12 kid. So that should be annoying to me. But both of them need to just stop. They're not gonna race.
No, not at all.
They're not gonna race.
But
so.
it's a fun topic. It's good for Noah Lyles to just remain relevant after the Olympics because let's be honest, these people only become relevant every 3 to 4 years. So to keep your brand to keep going and stuff like that. So it's always good for their brand and their sponsorship to remain in the news. So I get it. But if you're going to talk about it, let's do some. Let's do some in the off season. Next summer, let's have a race. Maybe do it for charity, make it for good. And what I heard on one talk show was one has everything to lose, the other has nothing to lose. Tyreek Hill races him. He has nothing to lose. Guess what?
He has nothing to lose.
He's got much more than just being fast. This other guy, Lyles, it's like that's all he has. So it's like if he loses a race with Tyreek Hill, that's it. So that'll be that's something that maybe should happen in the off season just for fun, just for charity or something like that. That'd be dope to see. Let's see. Boop, 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 boop. You can't pull up any videos or pictures. So I'm trying to skip those topics. It was cool to see Jason Tatum and Matthew Tkachuk. They're both from St. Louis. There's a famous picture of them being in middle school together in St. Louis. Matthew Tkachuk, dad played for the St. Louis Blues back in the day. So he was raised in St. Louis, born in Arizona. Jason Tatum, born and raised in St. Louis. They were able to win the Stanley Cup NBA championship, go out to St. Louis Cardinals game. I don't know if they threw out the first pitch, but they were there showing off trophies, showing vibes. That was cool to see, man. Very cool to see. Imagine you being boys with somebody in middle school, chasing a dream in your own sport, and then all of a sudden, 10 years later, 12 years later, you're able to celebrate that? Pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, but it's not cool because it's Jason Tatum. So
right, well, try to be a little open-minded. Anyway, there is talk that the Celtics are up for sale. Obviously, I think they're having some ownership. They're, I think, owned majority by a bigger conglomerate, I think, overseas in Europe. Jeff Bezos talked about buying the Boston Celtics for about $6 billion.
Are they worth that much?
I think they're worth less valuated, but I think they project over the next 10 years what they'll become. Meaning you got Jason Tatum locked into a big deal. You got Jaylen Brown. You got to assume they all stay together, and which they can because the way they play. Are they worth that much now? No. Are they evaluated at that much? Yes, probably. They're a historical franchise that will continue to grow out of all 32 teams. 32 teams. How many teams have that historical Lakers, Knicks, Boston Celtics? So it's like they're always going to go up in value. They're always going to go up in tradition and stuff like that. So Jeff Bezos in the NBA would be wild. The spending.
Well, he's already taken over TNT. So
yeah, and he had Amazon. Amazon does have deals with both
the Celtics would be
the perfect
team for him to buy.
I think he's from the Boston or Massachusetts area too.
Whatever.
All right, just wanna bring
Celtics
that
suck. Fuck the Celtics.
up. Any quick news on your end? I have a couple of topics, but anything on your end that caught your eye that you want to talk about? Appreciate everybody for tuning in, locking in with us. I know we had technical difficulties early in the episode, but Fort figured out.
Buy gold.
What are you on your phone right
Buy
now?
gold. Yeah, I'm on my phone.
All right, cool.
Buy
gold.
Buy gold. Buy gold because that's what backs up the dollar. And we're doing this huge repricing project at K Jewelers right now. And a lot of the gold
insider trading.
And a lot of the gold stuff has been going up hundreds of dollars. So
okay.
It doesn't have to be a gold chain, because if you're buying like gold jewelry, you're paying not only for the gold, but you're paying for like the craftsmanship and the artwork that it takes to like make it. So you're paying for the.
You say buy gold physically, not like on the.
Yeah,
on the
I mean, but if you want to buy gold for as like a chain, you can. That's still smart. But like if you can buy like just fucking grams of gold or whatever, gold, silver, any of that stuff, save up your cash. That's what I can recommend right now, because shit might hit the fan in a few months. We might have some random ass crazy fucking viral fucking worldwide pandemic again. Who the fuck knows?
That is true. Could happen. As you say that, the Democratic convention's going on right now, and it
is she
a little
AI
controversial. I'm gonna say some things that are factual, not biased, but they're in Chicago for the Democratic convention. It's gonna be all week. I'm gonna tune in just like I did for the Republican side, and they boarded up stores. There's a lot of protests and a lot of foolery happening. I don't get why. Why?
What do you mean you don't get why? You know why.
I do get
you know
why.
Exactly why.
But the fact that, first of all, to choose Chicago to do this convention in is wild. Like, why do you even choose Chicago? I don't understand that.
Shit.
Just bad. You're setting yourself up for failure. So we're gonna see what comes out of this. Obviously, we talked about one way a couple episodes ago, so it's only right to talk about the other side, where whether you agree or disagree, but this is what's going on in the world. We have an election coming up in November, so the fact that you had to board up stores and you have to act as if a whole revolution's coming through in Chicago is crazy. I'm interested. Once we log off, I'm gonna have that going on the left TV. On the right TV, I'll have Monday Night Raw going on.
Nope.
And you could argue to say there's going to be crazy promotions on both sides of the fence.
I'm gonna go eat sushi bowls and watch Game of Thrones with my girlfriend.
Oh yeah, brother. God bless.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Let me see quick things that I have real quick. Shout out Mbappe for making his debut at Real Madrid last week. Won his first trophy. Started off game one of Real Madrid's regular season. They got tied. I watched that. Mbappe's one of the best players in the world. Came over to the best team in the world. Real Madrid, let's fucking go. Post Malone's album came out, which is a country album. Has a lot of features. I just started listening to that today or this week. So far, what I heard, solid quality. Post Malone has been in the game for 10 years now, and he's kind of played with that hip hop, that pop, that country vibe. So he gets a pass, I think, in all genres. What would you say about Post Malone?
I think so too. I think Post is well respected throughout the whole music industry by.
Hey, good music is good music, bro.
Fair, yeah, 100%.
It is what it is. I did see last week in theaters. I did watch Longlegs in theaters. Good movie.
What'd you think?
Little thriller. Good. So I knew nothing going into it. Bro, literally I knew nothing going into it. Bree wanted to see it. We seen it. And I on last Tuesday, went into it knowing nothing. I knew it was a thriller, but I knew nothing about who was in it, whatever. I see Nicolas Cage pop up. I'm like, oh shit, Nicolas Cage is in this movie.
Yeah.
And then it took me a while to realize who Nicolas Cage in the movie was. And I'm like, oh shit, okay. And I liked it. Very slow, but it kept you interested the entire time.
Yeah, I still gotta watch it.
Yeah, it's good. It's
was it scary or what?
No, not scary, just creepy vibes. Creepy
Okay.
vibes kept you interested. Kind of kept the storyline going. Seeing it in theaters is different than watching it at home because you can't pause it. You know, you're a little bit more jumpy because you're in a dark room, not distracted. So definitely worth watching. I do want to watch Deadpool soon. I meant to get out for that this week.
I thought you went to see both.
Yeah, we decided not to do the double feature that day.
Oh, okay.
That's all I got on my end. Episode 135 will be. So what is today's date? August 19th. We'll be back September 2nd, right before the NFL kickoff on September 5th. Since then, I have a couple fantasy drafts that we could talk about. How many fantasy leagues are you involved with this year? One? Same.
One, bro. I got 2 jobs, bro. I got 2 jobs and I got a girlfriend now. I can't fucking keep up with.
Yeah.
I'm definitely not running a league because last year I was only in 2 leagues and I ran 1. I'm not running a league, bro, with 2 jobs and a girl.
So,
nah, bro. You want me to fucking die?
So I have been in 3 leagues for the last probably 5 or 6 years. And I finally got out of 2 of them and I got 1. And then I was going to run a league with you, Ben, and all that. And I was like, you know what? I told myself this year I'm going to do 1 league, see where it goes, see how I feel. I'm tired of wasting money. You pay $100, $150 for 5 years and you don't win one. You're throwing fucking, what is that? $700-$800. I'd rather bet $5, $10 a week and try to keep things interested on, the Hollywood bet app. Keep it interested. But yeah, I can't be in that many leagues putting up that much money. And I'm not interested. And then every time 3 weeks, 4 weeks into the season, I'm already over it. I'm already over it. You get one big injury. You start off 0-2, 0-3. It's like, do I really even want to do this anymore? So fantasy league, I'm glad we're in the same league. We'll talk about that as we go along. But to wrap this up, episode 135, you do your thing. Go watch the Game of Thrones. Hopefully in 2 weeks you have a little Game of Thrones recap with us. Also have a little LA vacation with us. That'd be dope.
Yeah, I got you.
Have you had In-N-Out ever?
Yeah, I've had In-N-Out when I was in Texas.
Oh, okay.
I was in Dallas, yeah.
What else haven't you done in LA that you're gonna do? Anything? Any little do the Walk of Fame? Do the
Well, I've never been to LA, so.
Oh, okay. So
yeah,
LA has In-N-Out right there on the strip. Try that out.
So I'm excited. Should be a lot of fun.
All right. Well, show some love from me and Bree to Reeve.
Got you, dog.
Yes, sir. So episode 135. Appreciate y'all. We'll be back in 2 weeks. Football season's among us. Basketball soon. Hockey soon. The end of baseball. So we'll have some guests. We'll have some things to reinvigorate the podcast, Enter the Lab. So appreciate y'all for joining us. Subscribe, like, send to a friend if you don't even like us. I don't care. Enter the Lab, exit the lab. Peace. Oh, wait. This is going to take a second. Peace.